Stephen A. Smith, LeBron James, uh, courtside shenanigans. Listen, we all seen the viral clip. We've seen it. LeBron James checked Stephen A. Smith publicly in front of everybody. This is crazy. Y'all, there's so much I'm going to say about this, or so much I want to say about it, but I don't have a lot of time. But let me just address it this way. I'm going to start with LeBron James. Bro, what are you doing, man? I mean, seriously, I've listened to Stephen A., and I'm a fan of both of you guys. And just because I'm a fan of Stephen A. and you, I don't always subscribe to the stuff that he says and does, just like I don't always subscribe to the stuff that you say and do. And this is one of those moments, LeBron James, I do not subscribe to how you handle the situation at the Laker game by addressing Stephen A. Now, I get it, bro. There is no rules of engagement when it comes down to Papa Bear protecting Baby Bear. And I totally understand it. You don't talk about another man's kid because that's just what it is. And I totally understand it. But you're not living in normal circumstances, bro. You are LeBron James. All right? You're a celebrity. You got cameras on you at all times. And it ain't like Stephen A. Smith took some personal shots at your son. That's the one thing that I can agree with Stephen A. Smith, that he does not take it personal. He does not make things personal. But I get some things he say may feel personal. But you've been in this league too long. You've heard too many people say too many things for you not to understand that, LeBron. So in my opinion, the fans of yours, they may like it, but for me, bro, I don't think that was a good look. I don't think that was necessary. I think you was completely overreacting and out of pocket for what you did at the Laker game to Stephen A. Smith. Straight up. I think it's wrong. But once again, like I said, I totally understand it because of the emotions. Just because I understand why you did what you did, I don't still agree with it. I think that you have to use a little more cognitive thinking before you react, bro. You're LeBron James. Come on now, bro. Because this ain't the first time anybody said about Bronny. Stephen A. Smith ain't the only person that said something about Bronny. They won't be the last. If he stays in this league any length of time, and if his skill set don't improve, there's going to be a lot more people that's going to have a lot more to say, and you can't keep coming out and trying to check everybody that has something to say about your son. You need to teach your son how you survive, because you had nobody coming up and standing up for you. You let the water roll off your back. So this is a moment to teach your son to let it roll off his back. You can show him better than you can tell him. And if you can't show him, then it is what it is. That's a humble pie you're going to have to eat. Straight up. I don't like it, LeBron. Fan of yours, but I don't like it. Stephen A. I'm going to take this moment real quick before I let me just say it this way. Stephen A., listen. How many times is it going to happen, bro? Time after time after time again, athletes, whether current or former, have issues to how you choose to express your opinion towards them, their teammates, or the game itself. So many people that's came after you, bro. And I know, because I hear you, Stephen A., I know that you don't take personal shots. That it's not personal for you. But you have a way of expressing yourself to where it can feel personal. And that's the part people are having a problem with. Because sometimes you're not dealing with grown men who's able to process their emotions. You say stuff, you use triggering words that get people up in their feelings quick, and they don't have time or don't want to take the time to try to analyze what you said. You said it, they address it. This happened time and time again. We've seen it with KD and other players coming after you. And you unapologetically say that you're not going to stop being who you are because this is your job and it's your profession. But now you saw what happened the other day. Now you got people walking up on you, bro. Now you got people walking up on you. And what does it take, man? What does it take? I know you're not that sold out to your title or your character to where you're missing the big picture in a lot of this stuff. I watch enough of you, Stephen A. This one I'm going to give you your flowers. You are the GOAT of media, sports media. Stephen A., you are the GOAT of sports media, the greatest of all time. People do tune in to hear your opinion. I personally believe that you don't have to have all the extra antics for people to continue to watch you. There are some fans who come because they want to see your shenanigans, to see the Stephen A personality. But I think you're so brilliant in this market. You don't need it. You can find other ways without making other people feel that way. Because here's the deal. Although you may not meant things a certain way, you're responsible for how people feel about the words that come out of your mouth. And that's just a little piece of game I want to throw at you. Because how many times, Stephen A., are you going to apologize? How many times are you going to have to come back and explain? That's all I'm saying. But at the same time, Stephen A., I'm going to side with you on this one, because I'm not at your level, but I do what you do. You know, I don't have connections within the arenas and with organizations, but I talk about sports based on what I see with my own eyes. And I have to give my brutally honest opinion about what I saw, right? And I don't have a platform where people can come and just walk up on me because if they did, it wouldn't be good. No, I'm just playing. But seriously, so Stephen A., I get it. Applaud you, bro, on how you handle this situation. You handle it beautifully. You handle it so much to where for those out there, Stephen A. has his own show on YouTube, and he could have easily, right after the game, went to the cameras and jumped on YouTube and went off on LeBron. But he understood. He said in his speech, he understood. And he wasn't going to bring the situation up. But the powers that be thought it'd be a good idea for him to go ahead and address it. And he addressed it in such a way to where LeBron don't have to give a statement. If LeBron do give a statement, it's completely on his own, but he don't have to. Nobody's looking for LeBron's statement, because what's understood is understood. Stephen A. Smith let us know what was the situation about. He didn't cut no corners. He didn't give us specifics because that ain't none of our business. But he let us know what we all figured out. That wasn't a pleasant conversation. And he didn't get a chance to respond. But Stephen A., thank you for handling it. This is how you handle conflict, people. You know, you don't have to always go back warring with words. That could have got ugly. Had there been anybody else, there probably had to be some people jumping in between. We saw how Shannon Sharp came completely unhinged when T. Morant stood up for his son, John Morant. We saw that. This could have been one of those moments. All right? Just because Stephen A. Smith is smaller than LeBron, that don't mean Stephen A. Smith wouldn't defend himself if he need to. So let's not act like, oh, he did that because LeBron's bigger, and Shannon Sharp did that because he's bigger than T. Let's stop that narrative. Because I heard somebody say, oh, LeBron wouldn't walk up on Charles Barkley. Y'all, this ain't about big and size, somebody trying to bully somebody. It's about somebody trying to get a point across. It don't matter what size you are. LeBron wanted to get a point across. And Stephen A. could have stood his ground and went back at LeBron, but he chose not to. Not that he was afraid of LeBron, because he understands the assignment. He is not going to allow the whole world to see two black men in the media, because he knows whether LeBron James was aware of it or not, Stephen A. Smith is aware. There's a camera somewhere. And I'm not going to allow the world to watch these two black men going at each other. Not on my watch. Thank you, Stephen A., for not responding. Much love to you, brother. It's your boy EC22. That's all I have, and I'm out.